the location. Then I started to using expensive drugs in the location, and my mother moved me to the boarding school. In the boarding school is where I started to focus into my studies. But even there in the boarding school, I was with the bad friends. Then we was doing all those bad things. But we was also studying because that school was a good school, was a good secondary school. Then I was passing. Then after that, I went back to the location after I realized that I'm grown up now. I have to start and changing my life and doing the right things. Went back to the village. Then I did my grade 11 and 12. I passed grade 12. Went to looking for tertiary education. Then that time, the things was not going in the right way because I was just surprised like to leaving high school, starting to live an adult life then. But I didn't meet the requirements for the university. But I went there to doing self application. Then I ended up taking another career that I wasn't like to do it, which means then ended up deciding to come back to the location. Then I came back to the location. My mother told me to go to the college. Then I did study in the college only for 6 months. I got my N4, passed my N4. Then I got the job for December for festive season because there was a plaza that was opened in the location course, so they was looking for freelancers. Then I became a freelancer. Then I was doing well in my first employment. Then I ended up facing depression when I was freelancing. Then I was elected to become a permanent salesperson, but I didn't get that opportunity because I became depressed. Then my mother took me to the traditional doctors and hospitals trying to help me. That problem it was caused for their assumption it was caused because I was using drugs. Then I I also I stayed for 6 months in the traditional doctor getting herbal medication. Then I was alive. Came back to the location. My mother told me to go back to Johannesburg and looking up for the tertiary education for the institution that I would be interested to study in. Then it's when came back to Johannesburg. I got a job in Johannesburg and ended up not going to the tertiary because I was already got a job then that was paying me nice. So I just realized that I'm not supposed to go to the tertiary because I'm working now, and my managers told me that I must just stick to the job and trying to look the opportunities inside the company, not outside. I might grow in the company because I was good training managers. My training manager was Peter from Malawi. Yeah, then the life was nice in that time because it was my second job. This was my third job that was paying me a salary that called a basic salary. And it was the first job that had a basic salary. I started having money. Then I ended up buying clothes, buying laptops, buying phones, buying everything that was interested to have when my growing up. Then the life was nice in that time. The life started to change after 2 years, cause because I started opening the accounts, all those stuff. That I ended up not affording to pay all those accounts. Then on the other side, I was taking money from the people inside my workplace because I was living in the suburbs where there is no tuck shop, only the shopping center. You only buy in the shopping center, so the life was expensive. Then I stayed 4 years in Johannesburg in the city. Hey, it was tough because I was supporting myself and I wasn't strong enough to take care of myself in the city in that time. I did realize that no, because I don't get any opportunities within the company. I have to go back to college. It's where I just started I decided to resign. Then I went back to the college and I didn't doing well on my first year when I came back to the college because I was just became depressed again because this was a second new life of myself not working, starting asking money from people because I wasn't used to ask money from people, so it became hard for me to start asking money, and they didn't pay me my benefits because they said I'm resigned, so I wasn't qualifying to get all my benefits for the come from the company, the UIF, provident fund, all this stuff. They only gave me 2,000 some couple of change, so it became hard for me to copy after workplace, to copy when I started the life of become unemployed. And the family just realized that they was thinking that I was got the money because I was working there, but the money wasn't there. So they didn't believe when I was telling them that I didn't have anything. So it took time for them to believe me. But also in that time was already I was still using ganja, weed. So that weed it was making them to not trust me. Then the life was tough. So everyone was upon me in the family. And I I was facing hardships because no one was was taking me serious. And I went back to I moved to the location, going to the village for visiting to my grandmother's. My grandmother's wasn't there because my sister was getting something like 21st, but that one based in a culture in our culture. So I didn't. So I was alone with my sister and my brothers. Then I got a job there in the village for festive season. When I got a job, it was only for festive season. I went there, they hired me because I got experience for sales. Then I was surprised. Then I was waiting for only festive season. Then in the location, they paid me. I told them my story. I told the manager my story. Then the manager, he, I told him the whole story. Then the second year, I told them I'm going back to school, to college. They told me that I must leave my contact so that they will call me if there is anything in the company. I gave them my contact. and I was surprised. Then it was June. Mm, I okay. I didn't. I went to to the location trying to go back to school, or I didn't get the opportunity because they said it's full now. They wasn't going to take me back because it was full in the college, so I have to apply for the next semester. But I went back to the village again. I was surprised. The manager just made me and called me to come for a stock taking. I went back to do the stock taking. They paid me a lot of money just for working only one day for night shift. And the manager told me that in order to get help, I must go to the traditional doctor. Uh, I went to the traditional doctor. Her name is Babu Mlambo. The traditional doctor gave me a herb. Said I must use the herb. The herb will help me. Then I went back to the home. I used the herb. Then the herb did help me because I started realizing that I must stop smoking. I decided to stop smoking immediately. I I continue using the herb until it's finished. Then I was starting to become born again. I started a new life. Then my family, I wasn't going out, staying home. The family became now loving me because I changed the life. And my mother, he even promised me to help me out to go back to the college. So went back to the college, trying to get NSFAS. Then I didn't qualify for NSFAS student ashamed, national student ashamed, because the problem is uh, I was studying, then I left because of depression, so I'm not qualifying to get it again on the second time. So, as I told you, the life is hard in the family. Only the mother who's working, and that mother is the one who's supporting the family. He support the family for where his marriage and also the village where he came from to her home and her mother's and their child-in-law for their mothers they was they is dead now, so we are orphans, so she is supporting us all as her children. Then then the life is hard, it's hard really, so I told them that they must try to help me to go back to school because now I want to study now because the life is getting hard if you are not educated. People we grow up together, they are educated, they are working next job, they are laughing at us. Those because we are struggling, we didn't get that help that they got because they are coming in a better family. So we are not the same. We are not coming in the same family. Some of us we can be capable, but we are not having enough funds to to go to the right institution, to get the right accommodation, to get food, to get uh, all the resources that we need from the for the college, for the education, all the resources that we need. Because if you are a student, you need the resources, you need food, you need a better accommodation. So it's hard, the life is hard. So that's and now I'm currently studying. So I'm trying to just spread my story And we also need help because as South Africa, we are a developing country. Some other places are developed, some others are developing. As like us, we are staying in towns, Newcastle in location, we are staying in the RTPs. When we go back to where we come from, where there is our roots in Ensinga to get a ferry in the village, even the infrastructure is not good. There's no job opportunities. We need people who will invest so that we get job opportunities. The life is hard. We are capable, but we just need resources because you can be capable, but you need something that will boost your capability. We are trying, but life is hard.